Hi guys, sorry, welcome back. I am, hang on, let me make sure I have these in the right spot. Going to be doing well, I'm not sure yet if it's going to be a color in chat or a color along. I guess I'll color in chat and you can color along if you want. I'm going to be doing this page out of The Adventures of Pinocchio by Fabiana Attanasio. I just said that wrong, but I was pretty close. And I'm going to be trying to do this 2-page spread. It's a little bit hard to get all of it in camera. And I'm going to be trying something a little different than I usually do. So I'm going to be working on all of the greenery first. And I'm going to try to move this page around as I work on it. I forgot what words I was going to say, but I'm going to probably rotate it around a little bit because sometimes, it's kind of hard to reach it and whatever. But I am going to attempt to keep it in frame. I know that many of you would prefer it to be zoomed in better, but that's just not something I'm able to do on this camera. It doesn't have that option when I have it on the front facing camera. And if I put it on the rear facing camera, then I can't see if what I'm coloring is still in frame or not. So that's kind of where we're at on that. And I'm trying to speak up a little bit, but I'm still going to be pretty quiet. I feel really loud at the tone that I'm at. So if I wake anybody up, then I will go back to the softer speaking. I did forget to say this is cobalt turquoise. Trying to see if you can, I don't know if you can see that number or not, but it is PC 105. And I was doing my shading with this one. However, I kind of went out further with it than I intended to, but that's all right. We'll make it work. I don't know if the microwave went off or not, but I'll probably have to pause here in a minute to go get my tea because, yeah, I put it in there. Hopefully it's just steaming right now, but I'm pretty thirsty, so I was making some. And what I was going to attempt to do today is go around and hit all the green places. So all the places, any leaves and bushes and shrubs, I won't be surprised if I miss some. But my attempt today is to try to get all of the things that I will be using these 4 colors in. I know so far I only named one of them, but I haven't gotten to the other ones yet, so I'll name them when I use them. Maybe, if I remember. And with mine, we go for periods of time where I'm not talking, where I'm just coloring. Sometimes I get concentrated on what I'm doing and I just forget to talk. And also, I don't have a whole lot to say. So you just get to listen to me like, I don't know, breathe and swallow, I guess. Whatever noises the microphone picks up. I know that my voice carries really well in this house. So, if I get quieter, it's just because it just feels so loud to talk the other way. And I'm out in the living room. close to the bedrooms, but it's still where I'm wanting to color at, and where I did a few color alongs that I didn't quite get finished, but I'll get back to them when I get back out in that room. But that room, I checked, and it's still 55 degrees out there, and the temperature is supposed to be dropping overnight, so I opted out of going there to color, and I'll just stay in here. And eventually it'll warm up out there. And then I'll try to finish the ones that I had already started a few months ago. I'll probably have to watch them to catch myself up and go from there, because it may get too hot out there too over the summer. So I'm pretty limited out there to like spring and fall. Am I still? Move that up just a little bit. So I did do a color along recently. Technically this is the last day of March, so that was kind of still a thing, but I did the March Through Romantic Country with Anne from A Colorful Life, and it was the first time that I participated in a color along, and I found out that I'm a slower colorer than I thought. So yeah, I just like would replay it. Yeah, I just replayed it until I got caught up. I wasn't like way slower, but especially the first one, I was just running behind. And so I ended up watching it like twice. I don't know why I did that instead of just going to a different video, but I don't know. I just wanted to feel like I was coloring it, I guess, with her. And so that's why I backed it up to, when I realized I was running way behind, I just backed it up to where I was and started over. But I had a good time doing it. However, it made me realize, that I color kind of slow. And so I'm probably going to have to put more parts in my videos to do them. I don't know. Let me know what you think. Would you rather see do color alongs, or just a color and chat where I don't even like finish the picture, but just chat while we color, or the color along even if it means multiple parts, or would you rather see more like reviews, comparisons, stuff like that? Just put in the comments what kind of things you would be interested in seeing. Can't guarantee that I'll do it, but it might help me figure out. I'm still trying to figure out what I'm doing with this channel, so any input is welcome. Except for the angle in the zoom, because I know that has room for improvement, but I would just have to, I don't know, get a better camera, which isn't something I can do right now, so I have to make do with what I have. And I do have another mic, but I can only use it out in the other room because I tried it in here on a couple of videos, which I ended up muting the sound to, because I don't know if it was the camera backfeeding. I don't think so, because I do use it out in that other room. So I'm thinking it was picking up something from the light, the lamp that I use in here. I'm not 100% sure on that, but I know it wasn't working out in this room, so I had to go back to this one. And sometimes the mic ends up laying against my jaw and it's not picking up my voice very well. So I'm just hoping that you're hearing what I say. I know a lot of times if it's difficult to hear me, that it is easier with earbuds than on the normal speaker, like on your phone or computer. But I do know that some people don't like to listen with those too, so I'm trying. This is Easter weekend, so I will probably, I don't know when this will get uploaded. It depends on the length of the video, how fast or slow the Wi-Fi is running. Sometimes it can take 2 or 3 hours, and sometimes it can take like 24 hours. Sometimes it gets frozen in the middle of uploading and I have to cancel the whole thing and start over on it. And then sometimes when I'm in the midst of all of that, I run out of steam on the page that I'm working on and kind of just quit working on it. So I'm going to try not to do that, and if all else fails, I'm hoping, since I am doing all the sections that are like the same color, and I'm going to try to keep doing that throughout this page, that like when I get to the end of my recording time, because it only lets me record for a certain amount of time, I'm hoping that I can, wait, I haven't even decided what color I'm using next. This is the rose bush. Okay, so I'm going to go with a grass green now. Anyway, that I can go ahead and finish the parts that I'm working on while it's doing its upload business and stuff. Off camera, maybe. Since it's going to be a lot of, the same colors. I'm hoping that'll help me not, help me not lose steam on the picture that we're working on, or I'm working on. Let me know on that too in the comments. About the finishing off camera whenever it's something that is using the same colors that I've been using. If that's cool with you. I mean, I may still do it anyway, just to, I never know what I'm going to end up doing. I know I don't have very many viewers right now, but I'm hoping that if I can start doing better videos or more frequent, that I'll pick some up. But I would kind of like to iron out some of the wrinkles in it first. So on this one, I am going over that cobalt turquoise with the grass green because I really like, I don't do it a lot, but I like that kind of blue undertone in the shading, and that's what all I did with the blue turquoise. Now when I get to this area, because it's so far away from me, I'm going to try to keep that in frame and move it closer to me, because with my glasses, it was just at the perfect spot for me to not be able to get it in focus anywhere in my glasses. So that was getting a little rough for me. I couldn't really tell what I was doing. And I think I kept it close enough to the camera that you can still see it pretty well. If not, let me know and I will work out something different for future recordings. I may have to go here in just a minute to check the fire and get my drink and stuff, because it sounds like the fire is kind of taking off in the wood burner. It's warming up pretty quick and I don't want it to get too hot in here. I skipped a little bit on that rose. I don't know if you can see that, but yeah, it's up there. But that will get covered up with the colors that I used on the roses, because it was pretty light on there anyway. If not, I would have erased most of it. If I would have done like a darker skip or a bigger skip, you know. But since it's pretty minor, I won't. I have to sharpen this. It's just too hard to get into the points on the inside part of the roses. I don't even know if I have my pencil sharpener on the right setting. Probably not. What do you do whenever you color usually? Do you watch TV, listen to other coloring YouTube videos, listen to audiobooks, or do you like just complete silence? I watch TV sometimes, but not very often, so I'm not very up to date on the shows. I listen to a lot of coloring YouTube videos and then some other just random ones if it's like a pretty interesting person to listen to or something like that that just happens to pop up on my recommended feed. Then sometimes I'll listen to those. And audiobooks, which right now I'm using one that's free, LibriVox, I think it's called, and I really like it. It's got a lot of the classics on it, and I didn't read a lot of the classics. Like, I think it's required in a lot of schools, but I'm not sure. And I homeschooled through high school, so I got a reading list, but I think I checked one of them out at the library, and that's as far as I got with that. So I never read it, but I have been listening to some, and yeah, I can definitely do it that way. That way oh sorry, make sure it's still in focus. And I'm switching to spring green at this part to do the lightest parts. So anyway, I guess I'm catching up on my high school reading partially, and I'm reading some that I never even heard of. So the one I've been most recently listening to is, wow, I'll probably get it completely wrong, The Old Curiosity Shop, I think, by Charles Dickens. And it's pretty good, really, but I haven't finished it yet, so I don't really know. I can't really say for sure if it's good or not until I get to the end. But so far I like it, and I have been coloring in the book Curiosity Shop while I'm listening to it, so that's pretty cool too. At least to me. Maybe not to anybody else, but yeah. So I couldn't find anything on YouTube or anywhere else that I could think of that was fun to listen to while coloring in the Curiosity Shop. And then I stumbled across that book, and I thought, oh, well, that sounds like a cool idea. And I think it was. But now I'm going to have to find something else to listen to whenever I color the rest of it. But I will probably, maybe do a color along in the Curiosity Shop with markers. If anybody wants that, I can do that, or I can do a color and chat, where that just is one of the featured pages that I color. Also, I do not have a Facebook group at this time. I was thinking about starting one, but there are just so many coloring Facebook pages right now. So you can let me know in the comments if you think I should start one, but I'm thinking, well, I definitely am not right now, but I'm thinking if I do, it won't be until I have at least 100 subscribers. So that's a little while down the road anyway. But I don't know that I would even do one. Okay, so I will show you that. This is the little rose bush without the roses done, of course, because I'm mainly working with greens right now. And this may completely mess up the book, but I'm going to try to go with instead of the yellowish green how I went here, I'm going to try to stick with a bluish green for this pine tree. So hopefully that works. And I want a better point on this, which I'm going back to the cobalt turquoise, which is PC 105. And I don't even know that it needs any shading up there, but what I do need is to put a piece of paper down there so I don't accidentally scribble on the next page. This is where I was sampling out my greens. So I'm going to put that page down so that whenever I get on the edge of this page and run off, it's perfectly fine. And I'm not exactly sure where Pinocchio is set at. I believe it's in Italy somewhere. So I'm just going to go, I'm going to try to go. It's not like I've ever been to Italy. But I'm going to try to go for like the old Tuscany kind of look. This is grass green. And I should have finished all my shading going down the tree so I wouldn't have to keep trading out, but I didn't. So I guess we'll see how this looks before I do the whole tree. And I can change my colors if I have to, but I'm hoping it's okay. And then I am going to use Light Aqua, which is PC992 for the lighter shade. And I may have to go back in there with that grass green a little bit, because I don't think I brought that down as far as I meant to. Yeah, I definitely didn't bring that one down as far as I meant. I really, really like how the Prismacolors lay down in this book and all of the Fabiana books. And this Light Aqua, it has a longer tip on it. And I used to use that no, that's not correct. Coom, I think that's how you say it. 2-hole pencil sharpener, where it has like step 1 and step 2, and it makes a nice long beautiful point on your pencil. But then I had a few pencils, not really, I shouldn't say few, it really wasn't very many, that I don't even know if it was my Prismacolors, it might have been a different one. Anyway, they were having problems with breaking off with the longer point, and so I switched to the T-Golf sharpener. And so I started using a 1 with my Prismacolors, which I really liked, and so then I really started liking having the shorter point. This one is a 2, because I accidentally had it set on that where I was using it with something else. But anyway, so now I'm kind of liking the shorter points more, and so it feels weird whenever I get one of them out that I had the longer point on. It wasn't the Prismacolors. That wasn't why I switched to the shorter point, but when I got used to it on my other pencils, then I switched back to these with the long points on them, and it just felt really weird to me. So now I just keep that Coom sharpener for like my very thins and my Marco Raffines, because they're slimmer pencils to begin with. So I like the longer points on those. But these, it's just so funny because I used them for more than a year, these Prismacolors, with the long points on them. And I never felt, when I was coloring with them, I never felt like they were going to break on me and stuff like that with the long point, until I switched to the shorter point for the other pencils that I was using. And I'm not naming the other pencils because I really don't remember which ones they were, because I have a few different brands. And I've just switched to a point anywhere between a 3 and a 1 for everything, except for those ones that I named, the Prismacolor Very Thins and the Marco Raffines. And I don't know about other people and what their experiences were, but I used to really like the Marco Raffines. I mean, they're a harder pencil and stuff, but I still really liked them. But I was going through some of my older pictures recently, because I was putting them into page protectors in a binder. I have to move this page because I am on there's a rubber, I can't see it, there's a rubber band right there, so it makes a line. But anyway, I was putting them in a binder, and I noticed that on the back side of a paper, if I could remember what it was, I would just go grab it and show it to you. I really don't remember what page it was, and now I've got them in there 2 at a time. But on the back side of a couple of the pages, some of the Marco Ruffines had bled through to the back. It seemed to be mainly purples that did that. Trying to remember if I don't remember for sure if any of the like reds did. I know purple did, and I think some of the browns did some like yellow bleed through. So anyway, that's just something you might want to be aware of if you're doing 2 side pages with them. And no, I'm not even going to say that because I don't even know if that's accurate. I was going to say that I thought it might have been on thinner paper, but then I think it was also on some thicker paper too. So I'll look into that. If I can find those pages again with the backs, then I will bring them on to one of these and show you. Or maybe when I pause it to go get my drink here in a second, I'll see if I can dig those out, because you won't really notice the lapse in time. I just don't want to get myself out of the coloring mood. So I'll take a quick glance and see if I can find them. But I still like them for, like single side pages and stuff. So I'll still use them for that. I'm almost done with this boundary. Also, if you would prefer like speed colors, let me know that. I'm just trying to get an idea of what the majority of people enjoy. Like to see. I could do a mix, do some one way, some another. The reason, in case people are wondering, the reason I do the silent flip throughs on coloring books instead of like the full-on review is because there are a lot of channels that do the full reviews, or they do flip throughs where or just a little bit of talking through it, and they seem to be, well, first of all, longer, which sometimes people are wanting a review, so that's great. However, sometimes people just want to see a few of the pictures that are inside. So I just try to do a quick flip through, because in most cases, I feel like you can go to, if you want an actual review, goodness, I can't even talk, an actual review, you can go, like, there's plenty of those out there. However, I know everybody has different opinions on different books, and some people really like to hear all the different opinions, and if you want to type in a question, I'm pretty good about responding to those. But that is why I do the silent flip throughs. And if I am unable to find a review on a book, then I might do a review on it. Just because there's not one out there or whatever. This, I'm just filling in some little white spaces that I still had showing. That looks much bluer on camera than it looks. Maybe it's the angle, because there's like a lot more green coming down to my eyes. But anyway, I like it, and that blue will be blending in throughout the page, so. So I'm unconcerned with it. Plus, I think it's going to look really good with the buildings and bricks and everything once I get those in there. I could be completely wrong and it could look terrible, but I think it's going to look pretty good. Okay, I have to go get a drink. I can't wait any longer. Oh, well, I did manage to get my drink, and then when I came back, I tipped over my tripod, so that was pretty interesting. And somehow when I was, oh, I can't put that in my mouth and talk. When I was setting it back up, I already lost track of what I was saying. Like, it was, yeah, I've completely changed my angle and stuff. So I am just going to work on this part, and hopefully it all eventually sorts itself back out. I'm pretty sure I'm sitting in a different position, and if I keep fiddling with my tripod to try to get it sorted out, it will fall again. It's just not sitting on the arm of the couch, so it's just not in the best of positions. It was doing pretty decent, I think, where I had it. I don't think I was jostling it a whole lot, and I think you could see pretty well. But we're almost done with this bottom corner anyway, and I'll be able to slide it out of the way and it won't matter. Anyway, I thought I had it in a pretty decent location, but don't look like it'd be that hard to put it back. I would be wrong. I do feel much better though, now that I've had something to drink. And I did find one page. This is on regular copy paper. And this is one that I did with Marco Ruffines. And I like how it turned out and everything. The artist on this, oh, I thought her name was on there. Oh, it is Kathy Neely, is who did that. But on the back side, you can see it. Like, it almost looks like I used markers instead of pencils. That's like the red bleed through. And then now, which it's been a while since I looked at the back, this is, I don't even know. Like, this is dark purple, but it wasn't really that dark on the flower. But that's just, it is a different shade. I'll give it that because I was using it for shading. So whatever reason it caused that to bleed through. And then I just don't really know what's going on there. There's some oranges from the bee. Yeah, it's just a good time happening right there. I don't know, but it's single-sided, so it doesn't matter. And that wasn't even the one I was talking about. But that is probably the first one that I noticed it on, and that's also one of my older ones. That's from March of 2016, so yeah, so that one's right at 2 years old. So that is what happens over time on those, if anybody's interested. I thought it was an interesting little tidbit. Because I would have been upset had it been 2-page spread. And that is the only pencil that I've had that problem with so far. And I've tried several different pencils over the time. I will say I have not checked on Crayola to see if it bleeds through yet, because I haven't actually had Crayola pencils very long. So trying to, yeah, the next ones, the Marco Ruffines they were the first pencil that I had. And then it went to very thins and then these, so I know I haven't had bleed through problems with either one of these. Which you shouldn't really have with pencils at all. That's just the color leaching through, I guess. I don't know. And I get that that was copy paper, so that's like a terrible grade of paper to use, but still. It's not the right color. That's what happens when I get them all put in the shade. And now I need to sharpen. I am just going to go back over that last bit with grass green. And then move on. And I'll be working on that tree up there. Maybe this is why I'm slow. Like, I just keep adding a little of this and then go back over with that and then go back over with this. That's okay. I like how it turns out in the end, so. And this is enjoyable to me to just keep kind of going over it and making small changes. It's probably changes that wouldn't even be noticeable to most people. And maybe if I was looking at it on somebody else's, like, I wouldn't notice it. But I notice it when I'm in the moment and working on it, and it makes a difference to me. So that's what I'm going to do. So that gets that tree. I'm bringing that in a little bit closer. Whoa, that's kind of dark. There. I was trying to keep it out of the shadow. That's those pieces. And now I'm going to move up here and work on the tree. And what I was trying to decide is if I just want to do, if I want to do it like I did the bushes colors, or what I want to do. I don't know. I don't know if I want to do that or if I just want to do the grass green. Mm-hmm. Let's see what that looks like. No, I think I like it with that darker shading in there. Yes, I'm going to do this one like the bush. And I realize that this is grass green, but I already started with it, so I'll just go over that with the cobalt turquoise. And this is probably going to get pretty boring because it's like pretty much just going to be the 4 colors that I used for those throughout the book. Just kind of maybe changing the mixes a little, but probably pretty much the same as those 2 mixes. Just because I'm pretty happy with those for this page, and the only, I don't know, there might be a few different small differences. Okay, let's see. Like my grass, that'll be different. But not by a lot. It'll be the same colors, just not, I don't know, not quite the degree of shading, maybe. I guess that's how to describe it. This is an interesting way to be drawn. I don't know if that angle, I realize this is sideways, but I think that I'm trying to figure out the best angle. And with it being leaves on a tree, I think any angle is probably fine to look at. You can tell me if you think I'm wrong on that. I just wish I could zoom that in a little bit though. But if I bring it, if I bring it close like that, I like have my arm halfway up in the air. So I'm going to try to tilt this. We will see if everything falls down. I'm sorry about the blocking the light. I don't know if that helped any or not, but I hope it did. Anyway, I'm just going to get back to coloring and hope that you can see it all right. I know if your screen's bigger, it probably helps. I'm clearly viewing, well, not clearly, you can't really see what I'm doing, but I did mention that it's on my phone, so that's what I'm viewing it from. And I am going to grab a drink again. I don't know why I'm so dry. I'm drinking some, I don't even know how to say it, whoops, see, I don't even know if I can reach it without knocking you over. Passion tea, and I'm going to try to cover this microphone so you don't have to hear me swallow. I don't know if I can, though. Yeah, I don't even know where the mic's at. So I hope you didn't have to hear me gulp that, because that can be irritating. But I just can't believe how incredibly dry I am. I must be, like, dehydrated. I should probably be drinking water instead. Oh, well. That's really good, though. I thought I was talking about something before I got like all of a sudden thirsty. But I sure don't remember what it was. I didn't see any color alongs at all in this book, at least on YouTube. If you have, let me know, but so that I don't, do the exact same pages. Because there's so many pages out there, I prefer to do something that somebody else hasn't. For videos anyway, I mean, I don't mind coloring the same pages otherwise, but so yeah, if you see on another page, a page from Pinocchio, let me know, and I'll go check it out so that I don't do the same thing. Because I know that I don't have all the colorists on YouTube that I'm following, because I don't know who they are, so I can't have them. Just if they happen to pop up in my suggested videos box, do I find them? Or if they happen to put it in a group that I'm part of, and I bump into it there. But still, I'm sure I miss them sometimes. And then after this part, I will add in whatever that lighter green was that I don't remember. I think it was spring green, but I'm not sure. I'll know when I pick it up. But if you don't have these exact colors, this is the cobalt turquoise. Is like, it's like a bluish green, like a darker bluish green. And then grass green is just like green in some, like whatever your middle of the road green is in your set. And then spring green is like a yellowish green, which is this one, and it's the one I'm using next. So yeah, you can use that from whatever set. And And the one that I used for the lightest shade on the little tree at the bottom, that aquamarine, it's like it's kind of a pastel-y bluish green with more of a blue tint with some green undertones in it. So in Crayola, it's probably kind of close to like a robin's egg blue, maybe slightly lighter than that. It's hard to say. I don't have my Crayola list up here, and I know that name is used in some sets and not others, so I don't remember. But it is like a pastel-y bluish green. I should have grabbed one more color for the tree, but I did not, so I'll just make this work. So I'll just come out a little bit further with this. And then I'm trying to come out a little bit further with the grass green. And I'm just kind of blending it with that. I am going to grab one more color. Sorry about that. If I can stretch. Okay. I was getting this gray-green light, which is PC282. And that is going to be the other shade to go around the edges with. I really like this for highlighting with greens, especially when it's like the yellow greens that I'm using. And you may not see a lot of difference to that, but I do. Oof. I'm trying to adjust without blocking the light. This right here, that is my microphone shadow. And I'm trying, there, I think I got it out of the way. Okay, so those colors are what I'm going to use here. Kind of grabbed hold of the wrong one there, but I needed to fill this in just a little bit with this grass green anyway. And now I've got the spring green, and it's really funny because I'm using now it's 4 colors. I was going to say 3, but 4 colors, and I still have to read the names because I forget the name of what I'm using. And I think it's because usually when it's just me, I look at the names, but just to get them out of the case or whatever. And then, I know what colors I grabbed as far as the barrels or the leads, what they looked like of the ones that I grabbed. And so I don't really need the names so much. And then this is the gray-green light. So yeah, I don't really look at the names after I pull them out, and I think that's why I can't remember because I've just never really needed to. I'm trying to reach my brush because I just keep doing it with my fingers. How much time do I have on there? I don't have very much time left on there. So I'll finish the tree up off camera because you already know what colors I'm using now. I'll go ahead and do some of this grass down here. And I don't really know. I don't understand what's going on in some of these parts, like where she drew these little bits, because it's not really, I don't know. This is not a grassy lane. So I understand the grass here if it was like coming out of some cracks. So I'm just putting the grass green down. And this is just in the interest of time. I'm just gonna try to hit most of the parts that I am going to color and show which blends I'm using for which. If you want to know, you can color it however you want. And then I'm going in with this spring green on that. And that's what I will be doing with the grass. As far as this little bit and this bush over here, I'll do those the same way that I did the rose bush. It'll be in the same colors. And these two is going to be like the tree with some of that blue showing. And yeah, any of the bushes will be just like that. I'm trying to see if there's anything else on here. There is these I may end up doing in more of a blue, like where it looks more like that. Just using the, I'll do it here in a minute. Yeah, I'll just do it. And then I won't have to just tell. That's silly. Okay. So, these guys, I was kind of undecided on how I was going to shape those leaves, but I'm just going to do them like this. And look at that. Let's see, that's the grass green. And then I have the light aqua. That really needs to be sharpened. So that's what I'm going to do all the leaves in for those two. And then let me sharpen this before I try to do up here. And I have to, they're pretty much all due for a sharpen at this point. So this one is going to be with that cobalt turquoise and the light aqua. And even though I have my brush, I still use my finger. And I definitely didn't do enough of those to show what that even looks like. I'll bring that up closer to the camera so that you can see it. But I'm going to color a few of the leaves in because they are fairly small leaves. And as usual, I'm going back in with my darker shade to kind of fill in a bit. Okay. So, there we go. That's what I'm doing with those little ones. And then this one I did with the cobalt turquoise, the grass green, and the light aqua. This was just the cobalt turquoise and the light aqua. This bush, I will be doing with this cobalt turquoise. I'm sorry, I'm just running so short on time. And let me know what you think about this way of doing it. Also, I desperately just need feedback. I don't know. I know what types of things I prefer when I'm watching a video. But I may be the only person. So this is spring green. And that will get the edges there. And then if I need a little extra highlight, I will use that grade green. But I'm undecided on that right now. Let's see. And then I have no idea what the shadow is coming from. So that's something else I have to work on. Yes, I did just flip this book completely upside down. And that is because these are on the very top of the page. So that was going to be very far away. And for these, we are doing the cobalt blue. I'm literally like deciding this as we go, but I think I have an idea. Well, I better do the other half of it just to better show it. Trying to see how much time I have. Okay. Really, I wish I had more memory on here. On the phone, I mean. But these phones, okay, I use the Samsung, I don't remember, S6, I think. And it doesn't even have room for a memory card. But then it also doesn't have very much memory. So that's kind of annoying. And I could plug it into a computer if I had one that worked well. and download part of it onto that and then record more, but I don't. So that's a no-go. And then I'm using grass green. The good thing about this is if I forget which colors I'm using on which sections, I can go back and watch the video and it'll tell me. Better, just in case I don't remember if I went over that turquoise part there. Okay, and then I'm getting the gray-green light. And I'm going to go back in with the grass green and darken up the edges of that a little bit. Mainly was going over the highlighted area and blending some of that all together. And I was probably burnishing quite a bit with it too because I just like to. I just like that look on my pages. Doesn't mean you need to. But that's what I like on mine. Okay, so that is what I will be doing with the leaves at the top of that page. My poor papers keeps falling out. Maybe I shouldn't have flipped that yet. Okay, so that's the top leaf. And it's giant leaves behind those flowers. And that's what I will be doing them as. And then we have this tree. Why am I blocking the light? I don't get it. I just don't. Which I'm going to be using. I'm undecided here. Yeah, I'll just go ahead and do what I did with the other tree. Or not the other tree, the other bush. And use that muted turquoise and the grass green. I know that looks ridiculous when I run my hand in front of there. But to see the counter on there, it's white and it's on this white page. So I have to put my hand up so that I can see it. Because it seems to be counting down quite quickly. And then my spring green. So that tree will look like that. And also, I was thinking about, whoa. I was thinking about doing what was I thinking about doing? Oh, like, showing like all the pages that I did in March, for the month of March, or, I don't have to start in March, whatever month, and, just because most of them, I'm getting the wrong colors, I can't even talk and do this. Okay, so I used cobalt turquoise, grass green, and then I wanted to use the light aqua, and then okay, I have like 2 things left. This I'm gonna do like the other, just like the tree and the bush, and yeah, just in those colors. So cobalt turquoise, the grass green, and the spring green. Anyway, I was thinking about doing a flip through of all the pages that I colored each month, just like at the start of the month, doing a flip through of the previous month pages that were completed, saying like what books, showing them obviously, saying what books they were from, what I used, da 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 da. So if you'd be interested in me doing something like that, put that in the comments below. Also, if you are enjoying this video, make sure to hit subscribe and like, so that you'll continue getting notifications of videos like this. And I almost grabbed the wrong pencil, but that's spring green that I'm using on the edge of this. And then for these little stems that are holding these flowers, I am just gonna use grass green and spring green, and that is it. And I will be using that same combo for this part, and I'm undecided here. I don't know if this part of the flower is green or to make it part of the flower, but since this one doesn't have anything separating the line and that little bell thing, that's how I'm going to do it. Unfortunately, I haven't decided on my light source yet, where it's coming from, so yeah, it's kind of hard to decide how to shade these. Oh well, I'll live. So you may not want to follow my shading on these, because yeah, I don't know what I'm doing there. Especially since I'm looking at one direction, and I can always go back in later and add some shading, but I'm only using grass green and spring green on those. And then on, I already forgot what I used on those top leaves, but that was the same thing I was going to do on these bottom leaves. So I think, well, once I get one going, then that's what it'll be, right? So we have this little plant down here, and I am going to use the cobalt turquoise. I don't really understand what's going on in this little spot right there, but that's what it's going to be. And I don't know if it pick up any shadow from this, but whatever. And then I've got the grass green. Now, I believe, I could be wrong, but I believe that this covers every spot that I'm going to be filling in with green. And so I'm going to color these off of camera using the colors that I just used on this video. And then whenever I come back, we can pick up with the next part. This is the gray-green line. And I will, if there were any green spots that I missed, I'll pick that up in the next video and show what I'm using on those. And then move on to the next part, which I'm thinking is going to be the flowers. But I may change my mind by the time we come back on as to what I'm working on. Who knows? And I'm just coming back in and adding a little bit of shading, just like I did on the leaves at the top of the page. And then I'm going to come to the very bottom where I think I only put the cobalt turquoise, put some green down there. So that is going to be all three of those sections. So I hope this was helpful.